What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today we have New York Comic Con 2020 Funko Pop reveals, day one. Let's check it out. Okay guys, so over the last few weeks, I've done a lot of videos on New York Comic Con, a lot of speculation videos, a lot of like what I think is going to be at New York Comic Con, what other people think are going to be at New York Comic Con, a lot of Funko news. Finally, New York Comic Con is here. We're finally going to get some reveals, so let's check them out. I'm super excited for this. Now, I saw some of the reveals, and I'm really hoping there's more for anime, personally, just because that's a lot of what I collect. I'm really hoping to see some really cool Spidey Pops or Marvel Pops there that I could potentially add to my collection. So let's check out without further ado. So the first one I want to show off is the Reed Pop exclusives. So the con only exclusives. Well, it's going to be virtual con, but they're still going to be very difficult to get. So we have, first up is the Pizza Rat. So the New York Comic Con Pizza Rat, aka New York City Pizza Rat. So he's holding pizza there, and it kind of has like the NYCC logo on the pizza. Not the logo, but you know, the letters. So it looks kind of cool, I will say. That's very, very unique that they did that. And it's actually pretty sought after. A lot of people want it. A lot of people find it cute. So it is limited to 3,000 pieces, so it's going to be definitely difficult to get. As well as in the middle there, that is the Funko NYCC 2020 shirt. I think it looks kind of cool. I like the orange and blue colors. I will say it matches Polly Pigeon over there, which is also limited heavily to 1,500 pieces, which is kind of crazy. So I know there's not a lot of hype over these pigeons, so they have to limit them personally. I know they're like con-only exclusives, however, there's just not a lot of hype over these pigeons, like, at all. They're not something unique or different. It's just a pigeon in a mask, you know? That's just my view on it, at least. And then we also have a 2-pack of pins. The pins actually look kind of cool, I will say. Definitely cool pins, and I do like that shirt. So I'm curious, does anybody particularly go after the con-only exclusives other than, you know, their exclusivity? Do you guys find them cool? Do you guys just want them for the exclusivity? Next up, guys, we have some Disney. So first up for Disney, we have Pixar's Up. So Up, this makes sense because it was already rumored to be here, as well as they wanted to expand on this line anyway. So this is very interesting. So we have a young Ellie and we have young Carl working on their mailbox. Carl has some like pink paint on his hand, and then Ellie has like it's weird though, because it kind of looks like a bruise, like he might have slapped her. I'm just saying. That's what it kind of looks like on her face, but I know it's like blush or something, or like to make her cheeks rosy red. I don't know. But yes, so they're both painting the mailbox, and I can't really see what it says on there, but it has his hand paint. Oh, it says Carl and Ellie. Okay. It's really hard to see from the side, but that's kind of cute. It's a very cute setting. Very interesting that they went with this one. I thought it was going to be like a older Carl and Ellie 2-pack, but maybe they're saving that for later. So this is technically considered a 2-pack, but also like a pop moment. So it's probably going to be around 30 to 40 bucks most likely, but it is still pretty cool. So I want to tell you guys this early on before we get into other reveal videos on other dates. Early on, this pop is going to be heavily sought after. Look at the other 2-pack. Look at the other Up Pops currently. They're all on the rise. The Up 2-pack is like $200. It's crazy. So if you want this one for your Disney set and you're a huge Up fan, you got to do everything possible to get this one. Don't give up. Try online, try on the Funko shop, try in store. I promise you, if you guys try your best, you will definitely be able to get one, because it's very sought after, but you got to put in the work to be able to get these exclusives, because people make it difficult. So as long as you put in the work, you'll definitely be able to get one. Also coming for Disney, guys, we have Pinocchio and we have Jiminy Cricket. So this one was not really shocking, just because it's been rumored for a while as well. Also, Funko kind of revealed a black and white image for New York Comic Con teasing, and it was pretty obvious that it was Jiminy Cricket. So really cool that we got an updated mold of him. That's just going to make the older mold pretty much skyrocket in value and in due time, because it is already vaulted, and it's probably already around $80 to $100. So definitely an interesting one, him holding the umbrella, but it's a really cool one. And another one for Disney, guys, we have Lilo and Stitch. So I guessed some for Lilo and Stitch this year. However, I didn't guess Stitch himself. I guessed some other characters from Lilo and Stitch that we could have gotten, but of course we got, you know, Stitch, because they love using remolds. But we have Stitch as Baker, so he's holding a little cake there, oven mitts, and a little baker hat. So it's a cute pop, but like I said, I think we should have gotten different characters, more unique characters. Now, I'm not saying Stitch is not unique, however, we do have a ton of Stitch variants, so it'd be nice to see some other characters from Lilo and Stitch, if that makes sense. Next up, guys, we have some Star Wars. So for Star Wars, first up, we have the child from The Mandalorian, and this is where he's holding the pendant. Now, the child was just honestly super expected. I expected this one just because they're milking the crap out of this mold. They're milking this more than Goku and Vegeta at this point. They are milking this mold so much. So this even looks like an old mold that they used and just added the pendant to it. So it's very interesting. I don't know if there's a similar mold to this because they all look like really, really similar. However, it does look like they just added the pendant to it and then slapped on a con sticker. So it makes sense. However, there are still fans of it, so I won't knock it too hard. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to end up with this one for sure. But personally, not for me. Also for Star Wars, guys, looks like we have Rise of the Skywalker pops, and we have Luke Skywalker, Jedi training, and Princess Leia Jedi training. So we have Luke with a green sword, or green lightsaber, excuse me. I can't talk for some reason. And then we also have Princess Leia with a blue saber. So these are pretty interesting, pretty unique. So apparently these are going to be shared with the Funko shop, and they are going to be sold only as a 2-pack. However, they are separate pops. So I find that interesting that they're only going to be sold as a bundle because it's not technically a 2-pack, but they're selling it and forcing it as a 2-pack. Basically to make more money because they probably don't think they'll sell very well. However, there are a lot of Star Wars fans out there. I think they'll sell just fine. But forcing a 2-pack on people kind of sucks. And it's Funko Shop only, so that's the only place you can get it, unfortunately. So if you want it, you have to buy the 2-pack, which it's very... I don't really like that Funko's doing that, but as a marketing strategy and a business strategy, it makes sense, but from a collector's standpoint, it's kind of like just forcing it on you, pretty much. Next up, guys, we have some Harry Potter. So for Harry Potter, I guess a lot for Harry Potter. A lot of creatures, a lot of new characters. Harry's parents, somebody in the comments said Ron's parents, so it's kind of interesting with this reveal. We got Ron at the World Cup, holding World Cup with the Burrow, and then we also have Ron's mom. Now, I forget her name. However, very interesting that they ended up making her a smaller pop to go with the house there. But all that means is we're going to get a pop of her down the line anyway. So that's really cool for Harry Potter fans. Like I said, it's very weird. In my last video, I said this. It's very weird we haven't gotten Harry's parents. We didn't get Hermione's parents. Not that they're too significant in the movies. And we haven't gotten Ron's parents. Now we have his mom, and maybe we'll get his dad sooner or later. But very interesting that we got Ron at World Cup. We also have Hermione and Harry at World Cup, I believe. So not too surprising, but very interesting. I wish they would have went with something else, however. Next up for ad icons, guys, we have the Dum Dums, and we have Drum Man. So he is holding like a yellow Dum Dum and a red Dum Dum. So probably lemon and cherry, I guess, if I had to guess. So very interesting that they went with this mascot. So this actually looks like one of the reveals that Funko teased with the little red on the top there. Looks like that's what they revealed with a very close and zoomed up shot. So as far as ad icons, I don't know. Personally, I'm a little disappointed with it, to be honest. Like, it's a cool one. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very unique, very cute, but I'm just a little disappointed just because I don't know. I don't know what I expected for ad icons. I don't personally collect them anymore, and that's just me. But I do find this one very unique and interesting, but hopefully there is more for ad icons. And now, guys, we have anime for New York Comic Con. We have Junji Ito, we have Shuichi here. So this is one I have not seen personally. A lot of people said it was a good anime, very dark, very twisted. A lot of people said it was a very disturbing anime, very dark, very twisted. So I got mixed reviews from you guys, so final vote, should I watch this down below? Do you guys want to see a review of this pop? I definitely want to pick it up if it's one of the only anime pops there. Now, it probably won't be. There's going to be some other ones, but so it's interesting. Crunchyroll kind of did their branding on the box, and it says Junji Ito collection there. And then we got to look at the shared sticker as well. That looks really good, I will say. I do like the red and blue there. Looks very, very vibrant is what I'm trying to say. Very good looking shared sticker. So I would love to have that in my collection. But the only issue I have with this, is that Crunchyroll did their branding on the box. Now, personally, I mean, it makes sense because, you know, they want to brand it, but it's kind of like forcing the branding almost. Like, it's like, why does it have to be on the front of the box of the display? Why can't it be on the back, on the bottom or something? It's kind of like similar to, like, I'm watching The God of High School, the anime currently, and on the ring where all the fighters fight, it says Crunchyroll, and it says the Toon Web, or I think that's what it's called. But yeah, so it's kind of like I feel like you're taking the advertising a little too far, going overboard if you're advertising in the anime itself. Now, it's super smart from a marketing aspect, but it's just kind of like, I feel like it's taking it overboard, and I don't like the branding on the front. That's just my personal opinion on it, just because I feel like it messes with the box, just messes with the display, because it's like, oh, we get it, it's from Crunchyroll, you know. But it is still cool that we're getting some anime pops, and different anime pops for sure. Now, guys, something fun I wanted to do in the video was we're gonna take a look at sirloinpops' list of New York Comic Con 2020 pops that he thinks is going to be there personally. So it's very interesting to compare to his list, because he's normally, like, at least, I want to say 80% right as to what mostly is going to come out for New York Comic Con. Has a lot of the insider and scoops and things like that, which is is really awesome, helps a lot of us collectors out. So, for pop ad icons, we have McDonald's. Basically, this one, he guessed that it was going to be some variant of, I think it was Mayor McCheese, some variant of that. So we haven't seen that yet. And then also the New York Comic Con Pigeon. Well, we got the New York Comic Con Pigeon. Pop animation, we still haven't seen very much for anime yet. We have MHA Mr. Compress, DBZ Emperor Pilaf, SpongeBob Barnacle Boy, possibly Mermaid Man. It would be really cool if they surprised us with like a random 2-pack. Also Danny Phantom himself. Do I want that Danny Phantom pop? Yes, I do. I want the Danny Phantom. I really hope we can get Danny Phantom because that's going to be so awesome. I would buy that in a heartbeat. Also, Junji Ito Soichi. So this one already came out, obviously, revealed. So he did say Target gets at least one of these exclusives. Now for DC, looks like we have Wonder Woman holding lasso, flying, glow in the dark, very interesting, as well as DC Comics Nightwing. So Nightwing makes sense, and I would not be surprised if we didn't see him here, just because with the new game coming out, he is one of the most popular characters in that game, and it makes sense to give him a new mold, just because I believe they used the last mold of him about 3 or 4 times with metallic variants and different stickers and things like that. So very interesting if we see a new Nightwing. We also, for Disney, Up Carl and Ellie 2-pack. We pretty much got that. Not a 2-pack necessarily, but a little like movie moment. Likely Bach Lunch. Lilo and Stitch, we have Stitch as Baker. Well, we got Stitch as Baker, and then also Jiminy Cricket. That's pretty much already very obvious by Funko. Pop Games, Fortnite Bash. Don't really know who that character is. Pokemon Flocked Growlithe, likely Box Lunch, and Pokemon Flocked Target exclusive. So this Flocked one, I believe, could be anything that is not currently flocked in the Pokemon line. For Harry Potter, Ron at World Cup, we got that one. Kind of amplified with the whole house and things like that. For Pop Marvel, this is where it gets a little exciting. Zombies, Daredevil. Oh, that'd be so cool. Venomized Magneto. Now, this one I did not see coming. That'd be kind of cool. Red Goblin, would love to add that to my Spider-Man set, as well as Spider-Man comic book versions. Please give me a good, cool Spidey. Target gets at least one, he said, as well. For Pop Movies, we have Princess Bride, 6-inch Fezzik. We haven't really seen too many movies. I think we saw like one. I think it was Lilo and Stitch. Also Up. Princess Bride, 6-inch Fezzik, Beetlejuice with Handbook of the Recently Deceased, Glow in the Dark also. Pop Star Wars, The Mandalorian, The Child with Necklace, you got that one. I guess no one really expected the 2-pack of Leia and Luke. And then Pop Television, Motu 10-inch Beastman, Motu Ninjor, and Motu King Hiss. Now, he said King Hiss was confirmed, so we'll probably see that one tomorrow or the next day. For the boys, we have Black Noir, The Office Recyclops V3. This is one I guessed, so it makes sense if it ends up coming, just because it's very popular, and they do a lot of Dwight variants. For the Simpsons, we have Wolfman, and then another Simpsons pop. I'm guessing the comic book guy or Chief Wiggum. Those are my best guesses. Target gets at least one. And lastly, guys, Pop Retro Toys G.I. Joe Beachhead. Now, I expected some kind of G.I. Joe Retro Toys to be there just because they just started the line, so it makes sense that we'll get a con exclusive of it. So very interesting list. A couple he's actually gotten right so far, as well as I'm sure a lot more on this list are definitely going to come out tomorrow and the coming days. So this was a very interesting first day for New York Comic Con. Not too many I personally like. I like the Up 2-pack. Well, Up movie moment, whatever. And then the Junji Ito pop really, really interests me. I definitely want to get that one. I want to review it for sure. So if you guys want to review it, make sure to leave a comment down below. But it's very interesting for these day one reveals. A lot of Disney, some horror, very interesting. Hopefully they go more into horror for horror fans. But for the most part, it wasn't a bad day, I will say. Looks like we have a few. A few for sure, and Star Wars, Harry Potter, so very, very interesting day one. I would love to know what your thoughts on day one reveals are. Like I said, it was a pretty good day. Not too crazy, nothing too lame, personally. There was a few, like, kind of odds and ends, but for the most part, really good day. But anyways, like I said, day one reveals are over. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. I want to say a huge shout out to my Patreon subscribers. I appreciate the support so much. You guys are absolutely legendary for supporting the channel. You guys make a ton of things happen, so thank you guys so much. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, you guys can get Patreon only videos. You guys can get Patreon only content, as well as you guys can get gifts sent from me to you. So make sure to check it out down below. Also, make sure to join my Facebook group and Discord. Really great communities over there. They are buy, sell, and trade, folks. Bye. I sell and trade, and you can make a ton of friends. So make sure to check those out, as well as follow my social medias, Instagram and Twitter, to stay up to date, as well as subscribing and clicking that notification bell to stick around for daily videos. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.